right, back to it now as we plow through some slop and some slush because it got warm, right? The driveway, I can finally see concrete again. Pretty excited about that. Very nice. Very nice, very exciting, and it makes it sloppy and muddy on the back roads. Oh, you can get right up to your axles in this stuff, I'll tell you that. Ron Rademacher knows what it's like to get up to his axles. He's joining me now from Michigan's back roads. Ron, how are you?
I'm happy and healthy. I feel great, and the axles have been greased.
I'm going to ask you a question. Have you been? What has happened in your life more often? Have you been high-centered or on your axles more often? Which thing?
I would say on the axles.
Yeah. I high-centered the pickup truck, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, out mushroom hunting, and I got on this old stump, and I thought, well, I'll just drive off this thing, kind of rocked it. Yeah, I crushed the rocker panels. It was about $3,500 worth of damage. It just crushed.
Amazing. I did exactly the same thing. I was in the UP, and a bunch of us went out to a place to do some shooting, and went to turn around, got it stuck on the stump, and almost tore off one of the running, the running boards.
Right.
And so I had to strap that up with a piece of binder twine and roll around like that for a couple of weeks so I could get to a mechanic and get it.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I've done it.
Look, the worst part about me crushing the rocker panel there, and because I didn't have running boards on that particular truck, I didn't find any mushrooms. See, if I'd found mushrooms, it's like, well, I broke my leg. Yeah, but when you slid into home base, you broke your leg, but were you safe? That's always the question. Yeah. Did you make it?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't make it, Ron. I crushed the truck, and I found no mushrooms. I'm going to weep. Anyhow, what's going on out there?
Well, all kinds of stuff. I'm down here in Kalamazoo right now at the Great Lakes Boutique and Gift Show at the Expo Center, and there have got to be 150 very talented small businesses, entrepreneurs, artists, manufacturers, and they're all here offering.
Wait. Look at you go. Look at you go. You're on location, and you got the technology working. You're like a kid.
Oh, listen. I mean, it's almost working. But so we're down here, and I was going to do it in the booth, but I couldn't get up there. Wi-Fi in the Expo Center is not great.
Right.
So I couldn't do it there. But it's a great show, and if you're going by, stop in. So that's going on, and we're going to go from north to south today, if you don't mind. So
I don't mind, whatever.
I know that your driveway may have thawed out, but in Calumet, they're up there around 200 inches of snow, and Copper Dog is going this weekend. That's the sled dog race that goes from Calumet down about 80 miles and back. 70 different mushers with their dogs have signed up. And I understand this year, again, they're going to have the sled dog pull, where they showed us how powerful these dogs are. So that's going on this weekend.
So it's like a tractor pull with dogs. I got it. So I just want to see something here because I'm pretty sure we got this little, warm-up going on. And my guess is that it's going to be a little sloppy up there in Calumet, even that far north. But it says, what day is the race?
28th, February 28th, March 1st, and March 2nd.
Oh, well, we got a little sloppy on Friday, but Saturday and Sunday when you get to the north, it's cold, single-digit overnight lows. So it's going to be rocking. There you go.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to being up there. Not going to make it for this, but of course the NAMA Snow Golf Tournament comes up in March. I'll be broadcasting from there as we play snow golf.
Yeah.
Well, and they got a couple of ways to warm up for that, so it doesn't matter how cold it is.
Right. And if you've never been to the inn at NAMA, you're missing out in Michigan. I'll tell you that. Yeah. I found Ron there one day. Ron, where are you? I happen to be here. It was the strangest thing. Anyhow, go ahead.
That's the way it can be. So, so up north, we got Gaylord. You got the RV show at Ellison
180
Place.
inches of snow in Gaylord, too, by the way, this year. Sorry.
Yeah, they're like number 2 in the state for total snow accumulation every year. And they set a record this year. I believe they had 20 inches one day.
25. 25. Yeah, it was like around Thanksgiving. They had the most snow to start the year ever, and they've had over 180 inches so far. But several places in the UP are at 220, 230. Just remarkable amounts of snow in the UP.
Yeah, and so the good old-fashioned Michigan winter, and to celebrate that, I don't know if you've ever been out to Timber Ridge near Traverse City, but it's a great camp. They have winter camping there. It's also where where the Iceman Cometh race goes through. They're having their annual Suds and Snow Festival at March 1st. So you can get out and do some camping, ride e-bikes through the snow, go snowshoeing, sit
All
around the
right.
campfire,
I
have
got
a
to ask you
toddy.
about this. I got to ask
Yeah.
you about this because the last time I was at the Northern Compound, just a couple weeks ago, right? It's snowing, it's cold, it's icy, and I see all these people riding around these fat tire bikes. I'm like, dude, that looks like a one-way trip to the ER to me. You know, you just one slip, bam, you're down on the ice, you're down on the pavement, it's cold, things break, especially at my age, maybe at yours, but have you ever ridden one of these fat tire bikes in snow and ice?
I have never mounted anything that fat. And I don't. I know they use
Why
these
did I
fat
ask?
tire pits on the beach. They on the beaches. I see them riding on the beaches, but no, I have not done that. I have no interest in doing that. There are people who jump out of airplanes. There are people who jump off mountains and fly in these bodysuits. I'm not going to do any of those sports.
You're not that
And
guy.
I do not understand the fat tire thing in the snow, but people do it and they love
It
it.
was everywhere. That's the thing I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And I said to Ivy, I said, my God, if he hits one patch ice, he's down. Broken elbow, busted knee, split lip, maybe all of
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, and they have a helmet, but nothing for the elbows, nothing for the knees. I mean, I know
Right.
that you would be competing for first into the ER if we rode one of those things. I mean, it's just not.
First one, 10 stitches wins.
Yeah, I look like Joe Biden trying to stop at the stop sign. Bam.
Exactly. Bam. All right, hold on. We're going to get to Grand Rapids and some other things right after the break here with Ron on Michigan Backroads. I'm not riding the backroads on a fat tire bike either. By the way, you can find out more at MichiganBackroads.com. He's got a bunch of books there that you can read about great day trips and places to go. I met Ron in Boyne City, Michigan many years ago. He's been a regular feature on the program ever since. MichiganBackroads.com. Read the books, have fun in Michigan, no matter the day, the weather, doesn't matter. He's got something for everybody. I'll be right back with a little bit more. All right, I'm working on my travel itinerary for the 1st of March. Looks like I'm going to Grand Rapids, Ron. Looks like, I just found it on the magic little Ron list here.
Let's see. Could it be Bourbon Fest?
Bourbon Fest.
Bourbon Fest.
Nice.
How did I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's at the New Vintage Place this year, and a lot of the local distillers will be there. So you can find some really fine bourbons. I know you're a connoisseur and you're a bit of a collector, I guess. I'm more of a drinker of it. But
me too, I suppose. But go ahead.
No, it'd be a good one for you. And what goes on at the same time, by the way, on March 1st is the Noodle Fest at Calder Plaza in Grand Rapids. And there's some great chefs there. They're going to be making noodles of all different kinds, Oriental, Italian, all that. I recommend that you do the noodles before the Bourbon Fest. Because, you get going on that Bourbon Fest, if you're having too much fun, you might never make it to the Noodle Fest.
Really?
Wouldn't want that.
It's interesting. Is this new? What is the New Vintage Place? What is it?
I am still researching that. That's a question I'm unable to answer, but I'll have the information before we get to it. So that's just where they're located. They're not doing it at Calder Plaza. They're not doing it.
I just hope that it's walking distance to a suitable place where I don't have to operate a motor vehicle. That's my point.
Well, I understand they're going to have fat bikes there that you can use, fat tire bikes, in case you can no longer walk.
Of course they do. Yeah, you've had 6 bourbons. Hey, ride this. Good idea.
Yeah, right.
Next thing you wake up, never mind where you wake up.
A sign of spring before we go. The Home and Garden Show is coming up, and next week we'll be talking about the very first Maple Sugar Festival of the year in Kalamazoo. Yeah. And I'll have I found yesterday at the show I'm at, Doodle's Sugar Bush has maple flavored mustard to dip your pretzel in.
Very nice. By the way, I'm not an expert on maple syrup, except I love the stuff. But I think that this really pretty cold winter, then a pretty nice warm up in spring makes that sap flow. That's my guess, right? That's what I got.
I was talking to them about that yesterday. They have already tapped, and it's good. And they're ready for it to flow and they're ready to make. So you're right.
MichiganBackroads.com with Ron Rademacher. Go get yourself a book a place there to promote your event. MichiganBackroads.com. Ron, I'll see you next week.
Talk to you next time, Steve. Thank you.
I had an important job